Hello, welcome back. The season is changing from winter to spring before our very eyes here in Greenhouse Town. Just like real life, you think that the season has changed and you get that one last snow. So if you look up here at the top left, you can see we're sitting on about 160 tools, over 470 clothes, and just over 22,000 food. In the last episode, we lost about 5,000 food. So, well, I guess 4,000. So that's a little concerning. That's our current uh, worry because we also recently built about four of these. So, in order to stay ahead of the curve, what we might do is just a little bit of food gathering. Go ahead and collect some of this wild food that's nearby. I know, what's the point of getting rid of the gatherer if you're just going to manually gather food? But it should help us get by for a little while. We're also in the process of making bricks so that we can build a candle maker so that we can make our mines deeper. Also, I just feel like that's the kind of building that should be built for a society like this. Like, yeah, some people would make candles in our backyard, but or homemade, but you would want a candle maker in a society like this. Okay, so shoes, pearls, gold ore, royal weapons, and leather. That does bring an interesting question uh, about trade goods. We're trying to rely as heavily as we can on the greenhouses, so we probably don't want to be trading for too much beyond what we already have traded for. I think I'm also going to open up one of these houses so we can get a tad more population growth going here. All four of those families had a baby. We've got some adult males living with their parents there. We got this barn built. Good. This is good to have. It's always good to have storage near the trader for a conventional playthrough. For this playthrough, there are no rules for this playthrough. Okay, so we have 2, 1, 1 workers. So we might bump those up. How much? Do I even want to know how much flax we have? Also, are you still making glassware? Okay, they're not. How much? We have 380 glass. Okay. We have a lot of dried mushrooms. Do we have any other food processing that we can do? We can do a bakery and make cakes. Do we have a lot of flour? No, we don't really have a lot of flour. So we could do another mill to make a different type of flour. We have a lot of linen. Okay, we're doing really good on fertilizer, so I'm not too worried about those stables right now. And that little burst of gathering almost brought us 1,000 to the good. We're almost back. Yeah, there we go, back up to 23,000. So I think we can kind of save that, put that in our back pocket as potential. Where do we want to put the next bank of greenhouses, though? That's the question. Because we'll have those four, and I'm wondering if we want, since this market reach ends here, I'm wondering if we want to lay some greenhouses in this little rectangle here, maybe like 8 of them right here, something like that. And then if we put a marketplace down here and have a couple more pods of these around it. Maybe we could even tuck some greenhouses in here too. It'll be not unlike when you have a normal save where you have a bunch of farms in between housing areas. I think it's very comparable to that. How's this doing up here? What do we have? Coal, gold, logs, sand. Sand. We're hauling sand all the way up here. That's not great. Fodder thatch. Good. Glad we're getting fodder thatch. What about these barns? Fertilizer and sand. And almost 2,000 flowers. Is that really what you're doing? You're farming flowers? Well, that explains why we have so many flowers. I think I'm going to have somebody bring a bunch of flowers here. We can always trade those. Okay, and the candlery is being built. That's good. Candle maker. I keep saying candlery. I don't even know if that's a thing. I think it's pronounced chandlery. You get the idea. They're working on that. We only have 2 builders in this ginormous, well, it's not ginormous, but this pretty big town. It's a big enough town that we should have more work, more laborers, more builders, more laborers turned into builders. I don't know how many bricks I'm gonna have them get on hand, but it will be nice to do some brick roads and some brick buildings. So I'm okay with it. Ultimately, I'm okay with it. I honestly, I think the strangest thing about this playstyle is not having fishing. It just doesn't feel right to not have fishing. But I'll live. I will survive. Okay, almost 700 lumber. We're at 23,000 food. Okay, let's talk about food processing here. We have bakery. Butcher we don't need. Those we don't need. I think so. We have the dry shack. We built the smokery, and there was nothing we could make there. Let's look at the saltery. Takes meats and salts them for preservation. Cured meats, fish, and poultries. Alright, that doesn't help us any. Okay, so only the dry shack. Because it does dried mushrooms. What about perfumery? Creates perfume from essence of flowers. Flour, water, glassware. One of the best items to sell. It's something we can find everywhere. This building requires water and glassware over time. Water comes from the water well or water tower, and glassware comes from the glass maker. If there was something that we were needing to regularly trade for, I feel like that would make a lot of sense. But I don't know know about that right now. The malt house. Here we go. Taking grain and converting it into malt. 12 barley, corn, oat, rye, sorghum, wheat. You need to convert the grain into malt, and taverns will brew the malt. That's fine by me. Feels like something that could go down here. Like there. Yeah, that needed bricks too, so keep making bricks. And I guess we could make malt out of one of the grains. I think I'm actually going to stick with barley. The default. Have we reached our limit of creativity with this playthrough? Are we done with all the fun things we can do? I would say probably not all the fun things, but we're getting near the end of the fun. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see the trader. I see the trader. I'll go check that as soon as I get these all paused. If we don't pause these, they will build in incorrect order. That will make me sad. Here we go. Got a little road, and there's a storage barn right there. Very promising. Okay. I think this... see, there's a philosophical conversation to have here. Is this acceptable for me to trade flowers for apples so that we can make apple pies? Because if the challenge is to see if you can survive off of just using greenhouses, this is defying that a little bit. But if the challenge is to say, can you grow all of your food? This doesn't feel like I'm relying on it. It feels like I'm just taking advantage of it. I think we're going to buy about 300 apples, and we're going to make some apple pie. Baker, make some apple pie for the people. Doesn't feel like we're manipulating it. Feels like we're using a decent feature. It's still true to the mission. Collect a bit of wild food out there. Maybe some down here. Grab this and this. I don't quite know what to do with this little downtown area here. I don't want to pack it full of houses, but I don't want to not have housing here either. Maybe we could put in some different types of buildings. What do we have in here? Maybe we could do a few of these Boston houses. Or some brick houses, since we are just now getting access to brick. More nomads. I've never had this many nomads show up in the series before. How many? 6. Yeah, definitely 6. Definitely 6. We didn't build a hospital since the last time the nomads got us sick, so that may end up being a bad plan. Alright, we want to make malt out of barley. Yep, exactly. And then once we build up some malt, we're going to switch this to that. We'll just rotate those through for a while. I'll go ahead and open that as well. Give them a builder, extra builder. So here pretty soon, the reach of the... Oh, it actually goes all the way out to here. Okay, I'm not too worried then. We'll just do 4 all the way down to basically this row with this first house. So we should do 1, 2, 3 more rows there. Looks like 3 more should work. What is our population up to? 150 yet? 142. Okay. Dried mushrooms are still killing it. Does that mean that people aren't eating the dried mushrooms? Or does that mean that there's something wrong with our storage and supply chain? That people aren't getting the dried mushrooms? Maybe we should put another person in the market to make sure. Oh, there's 263 dried mushrooms there. Something tells me that people don't really like them. Or maybe they've just eaten so many that they're like, bro, you're killing me with these mushrooms. Yeah, they have 19 in that house. They have 18 in that house. They have none. Okay, we gotta deliver some to the neighbors here. They have 7 in that house. That's pretty crazy that I'm just randomly choosing houses and a bunch of them already have them. Okay, let's do a bit more of this just to keep the trees coming in. I think I'm going to clear those ones. Clear a little bit of space here. Making malt out of the barley. Making watermelon wine. That's crazy. We have 500 cloves. Alright, let's do... why not? How many bricks do we have on hand? 64. Not too shabby. Let's make broccoli. I know this probably, a picture like this doesn't make a lot of sense to non-banished players, but I feel like the people who play this game really just, this is so soothing. It's so soothing to just watch your people do what they do. the efficiency, if you built everything properly, like, okay, clearly I didn't. If this is, they're out of watermelon already, so we'll switch over to making beer out of malt, because we know they're cranking out a good bit of beer. What do you need? More clay. Okay, well, you gotta wait. Slow and steady. You can see, still, again, you can see where we took on the, just 6 nomads caused a bump. Alright. I'm gonna just add a little boost to the food situation. Maybe this winter, would it be more efficient to add another lumber mill to cut firewood, or actual wood cutter? I'm thinking like a downtown woodcutter, or even over here. Maybe we just put a lumber mill right in here. I don't like seeing this, is what it comes down to. I don't like seeing 0 firewood. And I'm inclined to intervene. So we can do this guy, the woodcutter, or we can do this lumber mill. We have one there. I'm gonna put one there. Do I even have a road to these guys? Surely I've made one when we built it. Surely I don't. That's very surprising. Okay. Yeah, there's a road. Late winter of 25. Let's go ahead and do these 2. And one of those. I think I might do greenhouses like another 3, 3, 3, 2, 3, something like that. Just fill in this area. I don't need to do them right this minute. Oh, see? Blackberries. They're just teasing me now. Oh, so you want to trade for food, do you? Here, we'll bring you lots of food. We're good. Hey, speaking of food, we're up to 25,000. Let's go. Just what we needed. It was just what I needed. Can I get in here? Nope, that's as close as I can get. I was going to try to get a cool camera angle of the new ones getting built. It could still happen. Could still happen. Let's go. Man, they're bringing like baskets full of all kinds of stuff. What is it, the fodder, do you think? What are they bringing? Glass, lumber, stone. Yeah, let's do this. Let's take our screenshot with the progress bar. Pow. It's so meta. A greenhouse being built in process. All right. Well, thank you so much for checking out this episode and for supporting the series. I've really been enjoying this, and it seems like some members of the community are as well. So, again, I don't know exactly how far we're going to go. Despite my best efforts, it's feeling like it can't go too much past my normal 50-year playthrough. We're basically looking at another 15 or 20 episodes, and I think we're going to be pretty much tapped out with what we can accomplish. So appreciate y'all. I don't really say that, but you all being here, and have a great day. See you in the next episode. Bye bye.